So now this is something which probably we are very proud to say that in the medical field, we are the pioneers. The medical industry is following us. And the only medical industry which comes too close to us is the orthopedic industry. This is the world of dental CAD/CAMs, computer-aided design, computer-aided manufacturing. Again, is this a new technology? This is 26 years old. 26. We have more than 35,000 installations all over the world. In India, we have 25 of these installations. So what is this? This is CAD/CAM. Have you ever been to a dentist? Have you ever been to a dentist? I'm sure some of you all have. He fabricates a cap for you. In order to fabricate a cap, he does something to your tooth. He puts in a kind of paste to take an impression. He sends it to a laboratory. And the lead time from taking this impression to getting your permanent crown is 3 to 4 days. Here it is done in flat 15 minutes. Flat 15 minutes. And we are using materials like zirconia. Sir, just for your example, the only source of zirconia, medical zirconia, is Tosho in Japan. And we have an Indian firm which makes bulk of these medical grade zirconia for us. This is in Nasik. It's called Jyoti Ceramic. And we should be very proud that Jyoti Ceramic is making a component which goes into the NASA rocket. So maybe one of your students who takes up biomaterials can think about this. So anyway, coming to dentistry. So this is a technology which is fast, which is accurate, and all other industries, including the cardiac, include whichever you want, are following us. So next slide, please. So we have different kinds of dental CAD/CAMs. You have CAD/CAMs for the dentist. If you look at this looks like a USG from Siemens because it was developed by Siemens for us. So it has a probe which goes inside the mouth. You click a digital image, so you don't need to take impression of paste. You don't need to put a paste inside. This then is incorporated into our software. You design the tooth. Now imagine, I'll give you, if you have to even think about the closest example to this. We had a time where you would go to a barber. In Bombay, you had these kind of outlets who would take an image of your face, and based on your image of your face, they would probably give you proposals of the hairstyle you should have, so that you look very handsome. Correct? I'm sure you have these kinds in Chennai as well, the Javed Habibs and all. I'm sure you have them. So imagine the same thing. You have a tooth which is reduced by a dentist, and then the computer gives the proposal as to how it should look, how anatomically best it should look. It is done automatic. And then you put, this is the production center, you call it the milling center. In this milling center, you put the material. The material could be zirconium oxide, it could be ceramic, feldspathic, lithium disilicate, whichever you want. You put the material and the tooth comes out milled as per the anatomy in flat 15 minutes. The only other industry which is doing this is orthopedic industry for orthopedic implants. So you have Zimmer, you have Johnson & Johnson, which is actually also in our factory to understand these concepts. Dental CAD/CAMs is borrowed from the jewelry industry. So in the jewelry industry, you make a design. I'm sure all you girls know, you make a design, and once that design is approved, you put, it's a lost wax technique. So you put this, you put a kind of, this is the machine actually typically, it's called a CNC. So you put a wax block into it. The jewelry is then designed on a wax. It's just like a candle wax. And then you take it out and you invest it. What do you mean by invest? You will pour it in gypsum, and then you will burn it out. And then you will pour molten metal, depending on which metal you want gold, you want whatever. So this is where the CAD-CAMs come from. Yeah, next slide. I'll skip this slide because I've explained the procedure. Next slide. Yeah. These are the CAD-CAM materials which are used in the dental industry. Zirconium oxide. Alumina is no longer used. These are the wax blocks, acrylic, chrome cobalt, compomers made by 3M for us. This is made by a company called Dentsply. This is made by a company which is also a member of your Danaher. So Danaher also makes blocks for us. Feldspathic ceramic and lithium disilicate. So you can see the number of biomaterials. I don't know if biomaterials is covered. It's covered. Yeah. So you have everything here. Zirconium oxide, acrylic, wax, chrome cobalt, compomers, feldspathic, lithium disilicates. These two materials will require further processing. So you send it for sintering. I don't know if you have learned the sintering processes, but this is a chemical application in biomedical engineering. Yeah, next slide. Now, there is something which is happening further. Dental CBCT, the 3D X-ray, is getting married to CAD-CAMs. So what does this do? What does this do? It means that suppose this X-ray is in SRM Dental College, correct? It's in the Department of Radiology. Suppose this equipment is there with the Department of Prosthodontics. Both of them are talking to each other. You will get a permanent cap, and you can also do simultaneous implant planning. So you do the surgery when the patient comes in, you place the implant on the same day, within half an hour, you put the cap. And there's a small little interactive video which I would like to play. So maybe you can just play the video. Just play this without voice. Now this is the X-ray image and this is the CAD-CAM image. CAD-CAM image, X-ray image. Tell the software that this red dot belongs here and this green dot belongs here. This will superimpose over the X-ray. Mind you, no other medical field has been able to superimpose CAD-CAM on a 3D X-ray. Now it's processing the data. Here, can you see this? This is a CAD-CAM data coming into a 3D X-ray. CAD-CAM data in a 3D X-ray. The canal block is already marked. So what you do, you can place an implant now. You can see this outline. This is the outline of the crown, of the cap, which you see on the X-ray. So you know this is your end result. Now you can place your implant knowing that the function is completely restored. I know this is something new to you guys, but what does this mean? This means that when you place, you are doing your implant planning after knowing the end result. Yeah, so now you can choose your tooth, you can choose the implant. This is the dental implant. It's a titanium implant. And since we do not manufacture implants, the data of all dental implants, we have more than 50 dental implants. It's all available in the X-ray machine. And now you just plan. Just plan your implant. The CAD-CAM data will mill the crown, so when the patient comes in, what do? You do your surgical drilling of the implant. You suture your gums, you place the cap, the patient goes out. So this is the level of integration we have achieved in dentistry. I think we can skip the next. I'm just brushing across various technologies just to give you a bird's eye view, so you would be led from one technology to the other. Sorry about that. Now this is a new concept in hygiene called Class B. This is from the medical industry. Do you study hygiene? Do you study autoclaving as a curriculum? Sterilization is taught? No. If not, then I can skip this slide. The basis of this slide is that everything in the dental industry now is going to be recorded. So a sterilization cycle is going to be recorded, and the sterilization cycle consists of three phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. In phase 1, it's like a microwave. So you preheat the microwave, you remove the vacuum out of it. In the sterilization phase, the autoclave will go up to 134 degrees. At this stage, there will be steam sterilization, and in the post-treatment phase, there is vacuum drying. Now, Class B is important because this is European standards, and if you adopt this technology, there will be no harmful spore left behind in any of your dental instruments. So, if instrumentation is a subject which is taught about, this is the norm which is coming in. Yeah, next slide. Another technology which is big in the dental industry, dental lasers. We use diode lasers, 810 and 980 nanometers. And what does this give us? We don't need to cut, we don't need to make a cut in the gums. We don't need to sew, so this is gone, and no fear because it is relatively painless. So this is called a soft tissue diode. In our industry, we face a lot of oral cancers or fibrous lesions. So this can to a certain extent be treated by this technology. But there's another technology which is coming in which is far more complex than this. Just change the slide. It's called the hard tissue laser. And anyone can tell me what does this mean? If lasers are just brushed upon, especially this one. I'm looking at the second one. This is not diode. This is not diode. What is this? Erbium, yeah. So hard tissue dental lasers are coming in, and they threaten to remove the dental grill, because this will be a non-vibrating technique. This will be a non-touch technique. So how does this function? Is that this is the gadget, and there is a hand piece attached to it, and the hand piece has a laser fiber. Now, when you activate the laser beam, along with this, you have water molecules come out. The laser is directed at the rotten area, which we call caries, which contains more water molecules than the rest of the tooth. So what happens? When the laser light falls on the bad portion, the water molecules in the decay area are heated rapidly, pressure increases and the rotten area explodes. So imagine the dentist in the future may not be using a dental drill. He may be just exploding the cavity. You hear a sound, pop, pop. So this is the application of dental lasers. Apart from dental industry, you see dental lasers being used extensively in skin, and our diode lasers can also be used for cosmetic skin correction. So our Kaya can probably also work with my dental laser. Yeah, next. Another big application of biomaterials, biotechnology is nanotechnology. Can you see this? And now this is related to orthodontic practice. Can you correlate this? Anyone? This is orthodontic. Orthodontic means braces. Now we see something being used in place of braces. Any kind of a wild guess? Just think, it is related to nanotechnology. So there is some technology in this. No issues. This is what we call nano robots. Okay. Now this is already being researched globally. What this does is, normally you see braces which run this way, correct? You have seen braces. What does brace do? A brace causes a tipping motion of the tooth. The bone at that portion gets moved and the teeth comes into its natural position. But these are computerized chips, nano. So they may not be visible. They can be pre-programmed to move the tooth, a tipping motion that is only the tooth, or it can also say that it needs to move in the bone. This can be programmed to move 0.025 millimeter per week for the remaining 6 months. Imagine, this is nanotechnology coming in here. Nanomaterials is also present here. You can see some of the research articles: nanotechnology, dentistry, nanobiomaterials in clinical dentistry. Some of the applications: nanocomposites. Composites are the materials by which we do